How to dress for video.
With Hilde Fossen from Get Style Confidence.
Create income, influence, and impact as the true you on camera.
Today we're talking video styling with the fabulous Hilde Fossen. Ooh, ooh. She's always looking good. And I love Hilde because when I was doing my on-camera confidence summit, we had connected and she hooked me up with a guest expert. She's one of these people who is just like a truly generous person and a former fashion designer with a very successful career designing clothes throughout Europe. She's been on a mega, like awesome magazines. So Hilde, tell us a little bit about yourself and welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here. Well, I'm a person who absolutely loves fashion, and now I am an online entrepreneur, and I think it's so exciting to meet amazing women from all over the world. That's actually the most important thing. So now we're on the opposite sides of the Atlantic, or actually the Pacific, and having a conversation and just connecting, across the globe. And I just think that is absolutely fantastic.
Oh, well, and Hilde, I want to talk about what you should wear when you go on video. Now, I have a lot of thoughts on this, but I want to hear from you. What are your top tips about what to wear when you go on video, especially my audience, which is online entrepreneurs? So generally speaking, they're doing things like this, Facebook Lives, and let me just pop your name in there so everybody knows who you are. Facebook Lives and things like that, and trying to show their expertise. And so what do they need to get across in their fashion, and what are, some do's and don'ts?
Okay, so first of all, the most important thing is that your clothes and everything that you show communicate what you want to communicate. So of course, if you're a kids presenter and if you're a lawyer, you're going to be wearing totally different things. That's number one. And second of all, I think color is really important, because color speaks to your psychology within a split second. So whatever color you're wearing is going to influence how people feel when they see you and when they talk to you. So
Really?
that's huge. Yeah, that's so important. But then, as you know, being a video expert, you know that some colors don't work that well on camera. I was just telling you that I have been having some problems with my red and orange clothes that make the camera go a bit bluish. If you wear black, you can get the floating head effect where your black clothes just look like a hole on the picture. If you wear white, yeah.
Well, I know white is bad. Black?
Yeah, black, it can also. But I would say that when it comes to black, it's a question of it depends. Sometimes it can be way too dark, especially if you do your own videos at home and your lighting isn't ideal. And then it also really depends on how shiny and how much texture is in that garment. But then again, black can also be a little bit depressing. So just make sure that black is what you want to convey if you wear that color.
Well, it's interesting because I always convey to people, wear something that flatters your skin tone and that contrasts with your background so that you pop. So if you're blending into your background, it's not going to look very good. Or if it's a color that's just not flattering to your skin tone, it will also be a problem. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely. Skin tone is the next thing. And I have this, I do people's colors. So I can go really into depth and tell you exactly which colors to wear. But I have a super easy trick. That's called Hilde's color snap technique. And that's when you just grab a lot of colored stuff from around the house, just cushions and towels and everything. And then you take your phone to the window, because what you want is to light your face with natural lighting that has that natural, slightly, not really bluish, but a more neutral light.
Then coming in through a window, by the way, folks, is the best for on camera.
Yes. And then you snap your photo wearing all these different colors close to your face. And
right, you just put them up. under your face.
Yeah, just hold them up and snap a photo. And what happens is that when you see all those photos of yourself wearing different colors next to each other, that's when you can really compare and you get these big aha moments. Like, oh my God, I didn't know I looked that pale in gray, and blue is really makes me look amazing.
Right. And so let's see, we've got some live comments coming in. I had a hard time finding how to do this. I had to go to the coach, not the one. Okay. Valet, you're here with us now. Valet in the house. Kit says, I didn't get dressed before this, so I could be sure to select the right attire. You're going to be so hot, Kit. And Elena says, saludar, which is, saludos, hello, and from España.
Lovely. I love it.
If you are watching live, please type in live right now. And if you're watching on the replay, please type in replay. I love to see how the numbers shake down. Okay, so what about some of the don'ts on camera? For example, I know that tight patterns, if it's like a herringbone that's black and white, contrasting colors tight, it can actually cause a strobing effect on video. So I always tell people, just be aware of patterns, take a look at how you look in advance on a video, do a video test if you're wearing a tight pattern. What are your thoughts, Hilde?
Yes, this dress actually, this stripe is maybe a little bit too tight. So if I'm going on TV, then maybe I wouldn't wear this, especially not if it was all over. But now I know how my camera works, so I know it's going to be all right. Because if you do your own videos, you can always test everything, which makes everything easier. But when you go on Oprah, don't wear stripes.
Don't wear, I would say just wear something solid just in case.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
No white, no black.
Yeah, and you also have to be a little bit careful with really shiny jewelry, because there's so much light in the studio that they can reflect everything in a, just way too much. And I would also say, if you're afraid of looking big on camera, then don't wear shiny fabrics, because the shiny fabrics will make you look bigger. And what looks amazing in real life can just be too much under those bright lights.
Yes, all the studio lights, if you have huge, shiny, blingy earrings, the lights will start shooting out. So definitely, like she said, smaller and less dangly and distracting, because also on the media, they tend to go really tight in, don't they?
Yes, absolutely. And, that's so important, Michele, because one thing that I tell everyone is that on camera, it's often really good to wear pretty slim-fitting clothes. And that's because imagine you have this really cute white dress, and then we see your legs sticking out the bottom, you have nice heels and everything. Then when we see your entire body, you look absolutely fantastic. But if you're on camera and it cuts you off at a bad point, then we don't see your whole body. And if it cuts you off maybe at your hips, at a place where your dress is really wide, then our eye is going to imagine that the rest of your body is the same width. So this is the reason why TV presenters always wear these slim-fitting sheath dresses, because these dresses look good no matter where the camera cuts you off. So you're safe if you have a close-up, and you're safe if you're filmed from far away.
Okay, so when Oprah rings, solid colored sheath dress.
Yes.
You can't fail.
Yeah, that's a really good choice.
Now, with personal branding, and for many of my audience who are out there selling themselves as part of their brand, style is super important. I always end a lot of my videos with the mantra, always be the true you on camera. And I'm saying that because you want to be the same on camera as you are off camera, because when people go to work with you, they're not going to trust you if you're one person on camera and then they call you up for your service and you're somebody completely different. They're going to feel like, is this person going to do what they say they're going to do? Are they trying to hide something? There'll be a level of mistrust there. But there's a second level to authenticity. I hate that word because it's a gooby word, but there's a second level to being unique, I guess, or one of a kind, in that if people get a feeling from you and they say to themselves, I feel good with this person, a lot of that has to do with your vibe. But to attract their attention, a lot of it has to do with style and image, especially today in our, human branding, tribal marketing, image-driven online marketing. what and how do we develop our own style? Because that's really the crux of this lesson for people who are growing a brand.
Okay, so when I work with my style clients, we always start with the style before we look at colors or how to dress for your body and all of that, because that is the foundation of everything. And the number one thing to figure out and to analyze is what you want to communicate. Then we also want to figure out who are you really. So you can really go deep into yourself and you can do all kinds of personality tests, find your horoscope or whatever, and figure out exactly who you are. Then when it comes to your professional style, that needs to be a mix of who you are as a person and then your business and what kind of expertise you give to your clients. So we take all of these and create a mix of them so that you come across as exactly who you want to come across as in a split second.
So if my brand promise is confidence, but at my core, I'm an entertainer. I'm kind of almost like I want to say like a joy hustler. Like, I'm not saying I'm a hustler, like I'm trying to swindle people, but I love to entertain people at my heart. But I'm also, I like to provide value in that there's something a little bit deeper about the types of programs that I've developed where I really get inside some deeper work, not just going on camera, but having people look inside. What is your brand promise? What are you trying to convey? Why are you doing this in the first place? So that everything is aligned. So what would you say, like my style, my confidence and entertainment, what would you recommend?
Okay, so I have developed this technique that's called Hilde's Style Baby. And this is a very, I used to be a fashion design teacher, and this is a classic technique from design, which is about mixing two totally different things. So if we are going to create a new style for you, we could start with your professional confidence side, because that's really important on one side. Then we can add your entertainment side.
Like a little bit of a rock star, like,
yes,
a little bit.
So, and then we can say that your professional side is your professional papa, and the entertainment side is your superstar rock chick mama. Then we take these two on a hot date, and the result is a beautiful, beautiful style baby that's 100% unique and even cuter and more interesting than the original mama and papa.
Oh, I love it. Style baby. Okay, I took it to heart, Hilde, because I did watch your video, and we'll put that video in the link in the comments so that you all can watch it and make your own style baby. And it was super successful. Like, I wore this little roughly kind of hippie mama spiritual thing, but then I put a J. Crew structured blue chambray type jacket over it. So it had the business side, but then it had like hippie dippy, and together it really worked. So I love that style baby. Okay, we have some questions. Let's go to them. Larry asks, when you want to buy inside lighting, what type of light would you purchase? Okay, I'll answer that, and then Hilde, you answer it. If you don't wear glasses, I like ring lights. I love using them when I borrow them from other people, but it's just quick and easy to put away. I've bought, as you can see behind me, Larry, these soft boxes, but the problem with those is that they're kind of big, and unless you're willing to break them down, they take up a lot of room. So if you have a small studio, I say start with one of those ring lights on a stand, put it right in front of you. Now, if you want to get the soft boxes because you wear glasses, then you're going to put one soft box at a 45-degree angle, which is going to be your key light, and then a secondary, which is going to be your secondary light or fill light, maybe not as bright and as intense, so that it fills in so that you have light on both sides of your face. And the soft boxes usually have a cover, a translucent cover over the light so that it's not as harsh and won't cause the glare on your glasses. So you don't wear glasses, ring light. If you do wear glasses, a soft box at 45 degrees on either side. What's your answer, Hilde?
I have soft boxes, and what I've done is that I use my soft boxes as general lighting, because they are kind of cool looking with a modern design, and it all looks like a cool studio. So so they have become a feature around here.
Mine are cheap and don't look cool. I got to upgrade to fancy pants soft boxes if I want to leave them. I mean, they're fine. You know what I mean? But they're no design element in my home. Kit says, live. Excellent. And let's see. Do we have any other questions? Okay, so I have a question for you. And that is, tell me, how do we be wholly unique? Like
wholly unique.
How do we become unique in our style? Because for some people, they're going to be like, I don't know. I mean, some of us, like, I like style. I kind of like fashion, so I can kind of go there. But for somebody who isn't that person, how do they?
Okay. I think if you're quite new to fashion, but you still want to look unique, I would actually use that style baby technique, because if you try to go all the way, like Lady Gaga, and you don't have enough experience with fashion, that could go terribly wrong. So if you have your pretty...
No meat dresses, folks.
Right. Well, I mean, you will get attention. It depends on what you want to communicate. So if you have pretty basic clothes and then you start just adding a few more crazy things, then that will balance itself out, because you have the basics that look put together and professional. So it's not going to be too wacky. That's a really easy way to get started. And for inspiration, then it all depends on your business. I can just think, go to music videos and you're going to find all the musicians with really inspiring things. Go to fashion and look at those crazy catwalk shows where people wear something really weird, and then you just take one thing from that, and that is probably going to be the right amount of uniqueness. I also really, really love ethnic inspiration.
Who's inspiration?
Ethnic inspiration.
Ethnic.
So go to your roots. Go to your roots. Bring something from your own culture that will look amazing. Sometimes I wear a basic dress, and then I have a lot of jewelry from my national costume in Norway, and then I wear that jewelry with regular clothes, and that looks really unique and interesting. And I have friends from an Indian background, and I love to style them with their Indian jewelry with Western clothes. I also had this amazing design student from Nigeria, and she would make modern clothes in African print fabrics, which is absolutely amazing.
So take an element of the ethnic and mix it into Western traditional business, like sort of upscale attire, so that you don't look like boho chic if your brand is more, I want to serve, people who want to make six figures, for example.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. And of course, you can also look at trends. Look at new trends that nobody has discovered yet. And the way to find those new trends is to search for trend forecast. If you search for trend forecast 2020, you're going to forecast. Yeah, trend forecast 2020. Then you're going to find a lot of amazing mood boards and collages that designers have created so that they can make new exciting clothes for 2020.
And so why not 2019?
Yeah. But I'm just thinking, we're thinking far ahead. So I was thinking 2020. So that will be really, just something a couple of years ahead of us. And you're going to have new exciting ideas that no one else is wearing yet.
So the designers are already thinking 2020.
Yeah.
Wow. That's an awesome tip, folks. Say it again.
Trend forecast.
And then the year. Put it 2 years ahead.
Yeah.
Larry asks, is it better to purchase a separate video camera or just your cell or laptop camera? In the beginning, Larry, if you haven't mastered video, start with your smartphone. I never, ever, ever recommend that anybody upgrade to like a DSLR or one of these fancier cameras, only in the sense that unless you're really, really, really ready to get into the technical, or if you happen to be a technical person who doesn't mind learning all those different settings, because if you go there first, it could be very overwhelming. And smartphones, I heard through the grapevine that the iPhone 9 has these incredible lenses that, top cameras use. And even a lot of Androids at this point, they're all shooting HD. So start with the smartphone, master your performance and your messaging and your video marketing strategy before you tackle any new tech or upgrade to a DSLR. There's no reason to do it. And you just don't want to be overwhelmed. We're entrepreneurs. We already have too many things to do. I'm not looking through a 40. I have a DSLR, and you know what I end up doing? I end up putting it on autofocus because I just don't have the time to get into the weeds with that thing. And I'm not a technical person. So it does make a nice image, but am I really taking advantage of all that it has to offer? And I've been doing this since early 2016. Even I, as a supposed expert, I'm not even really doing it, only because it's not my jam. But if you're technical and you're into that and you love it and it's your passion, go for it. Hilde, what are your thoughts?
I have a fancy camera that I never use.
At least I use my DSLR.
Yeah. So I am on the phone too.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Larry, I love your questions. Okay. So it's your mission to get every woman to fall head over heels in love with her body by learning how to dress for her body type.
Yes.
Please tell us how that works. And I hear so many people say, I don't want to go on video because I need to lose weight, or I look terrible, or I'm getting older. And you know what? I'm getting older and I'm starting to see things that I don't like. So you know what? I went to the makeup counter at Nordstrom and Bobbi Brown makeup counter, and I sat down and I made that lady teach me how to do my eyes. I'm not an eye makeup person. I'm not even I don't even never have worn makeup unless I was on an acting job and they put me in the chair and did my makeup. In fact, sometimes when I would go to a job, the people would look at my eyebrows and they'd be like, you're an actress. You really ought to keep up with this eyebrow plucking. And I was like, it's never been my jam. So you know what? There's things you can do. You can wear the color that's flattering to your skin tone. You can get the good natural light onto your face. You can learn how to do eye makeup. It's not that hard. Hilde, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts helping us love the way we look?
Yes. Okay. So, so I have a program where I teach everyone body confidence, and this is where they learn how to dress for their particular body type. But I can teach you how to dress for your body type, for your upper body, for Facebook Live right now. Oh, so yeah. So if you are a woman with a big chest, then you have to watch out on camera because it cuts you off right here, and that can make you look a lot bigger than what you really are. So what you need to do is exactly what you're doing today, Michele. That is to wear a V-neck opening, because the V-neck opening divides your body into different, more vertical panels. And those vertical lines are very slimming. So if you think that you're too big up here, then that is your best, the best thing you can do. Then you're also wearing a long necklace, which is absolutely fabulous because that's also elongating. And if you
I don't have a big chest, but I
no, you don't. No, you don't. But it looks great on you too. But for women who do have a big one, makes a huge difference, because if you have a big chest and you wear something like what I'm wearing right now, that can actually make everything look a lot bigger, especially if you got sleeves and the sleeves have a lot of volume. Because visually on camera, we often see the arms and the chest as one area. And if the sleeves are big and your chest is big, then everything becomes, quite a lot. And then the camera cuts you off, so it looks bigger. So that's one of the reasons why people don't like to see themselves in photos, because they have that effect. Then many women, they're worried about a double chin. And if you have some kind of top with an opening right here, that is going to remove that. No one's going to notice this because they're going to see one line from the top of your head all the way down there. And that is also really elongating.
Oh my God, folks, this is like secret ninja stuff right here.
It is, yeah.
So what you're seeing right now is you're seeing a whole shape here. So this doesn't really get much attention from your eye.
Yeah. And one thing that often happens, if you do have some It's a good one. If you do have some weight right here, then really avoid any high necks or especially choker necklaces and things like that, because any horizontal line is going to make it look bigger right here. And if you wear a choker, you can even get bulges and things like that. And also be careful with scarves that go all the way up to your neck. And then I have discovered a new little trick that you're doing that today too, Michele, because right now we have the long earrings that are really fashionable.
I didn't know I was doing all this.
You're perfect. It's so perfect that you're like my model today. So if you wear long earrings, then that long line is going to echo the line of your neck, and that will automatically make your neck look slim and long. So that's another really good trick.
Wow.
So,
let me give you, man, I'm going to clink. Clink now you know how to make all the visuals, illusions. Kit says, I cherish being older because it's so freeing. Oh my gosh. Kit, I hear you. I have a little rap that I'm just going to throw on you right now. I'm trying to develop a series called Time Plus Gravity. Like in my mind, it's my fantasy about getting old. It can be fun. Old, cellulite building up in brand new folds on my derriere, which is looking divot ridden and a bit square. But I don't care, cause my savoir-faire has never been so good. Wanna party all night with this attitude, but I forgot to take my medication with food. Pass out on the couch, tongue hanging out, kinda crude. My younger friends horrified in front of hot dudes. Okay, and the name of that song is Time Plus Gravity. Doom. Is it a tragedy? Doom. That all depends what you believe. Okay, so Kit.
Oh my God, I love this interview. This is the best interview I ever had, Michele.
Raps. Because Hilde, you're so, okay, can we just talk about Hilde for a minute? Drop us some wisdom, because I have seen you grow. Like, when we first talked, it was a while ago. I want to say like a year and a half ago. And it seems like you have done, you have done so much since then. Tell us your secret sauce and how you're using video to get known. I mean, tell us what that's doing for you and what your strategy is.
Okay, so I really agree with your idea that you work on your messaging and what you want to say. And then you just get on camera and get used to performing, and that is much more important than the technical side. And I have to admit that in the beginning, I was concerned about the technical side and it was holding me back. And looking back, I wasted time. So just get on camera. And I launched a big flagship course a couple of weeks ago. And I did a lot of Facebook Lives. I had this really fun thing called Fashion Week on Facebook, where I went live every day. Yeah.
Awesome.
That was really fun. And guess what happened?
What happened?
I got lots of technical problems with my camera. And I was on live with people watching, and then it's like strange things happened with my camera when I was live. So it was a bit like, oh my God, technical disaster. And you know what happened? Nobody cared. Everyone was concerned about the message, what I was teaching them. Nobody cared about the technical side.
Well, and the thing is, Hilde, you're an expert. So if you have expertise, then you know what? The value of what it is that you're saying and the strategic steps that you are giving people that is going to save them time and money and get them to their dreams is what's the most important to them. That's what matters to them the most. So as long as the audio works, you're still in really good shape. And how did the launch go, by the way?
It was fantastic. And what the feedback I keep getting all the time is that people sign up for my programs, of course, because of everything I know, but they sign up because they like my energy. And how do they understand what my energy is like? That's what they see on video. So video just means absolutely everything.
Wow. Kit says, are there any tips for older women on camera?
Yes.
One of my tips, okay, I'll go first and then you go.
Yeah.
One of my tips is, for me, as I get older, and I would imagine for most older women, this area is a little bit, so everything that she said about creating this elongated piece here where people aren't looking here because they're seeing the entire thing. That's a great trick. Also, another great trick is make sure that when you have your camera lens, have it be slightly above eye level, and then tilt that lens. So if I was in selfie mode, I'd be tilting this down a little bit and just raising it higher so that the camera is always above and looking down, so that it's catching this, as opposed to if it was underneath, then it's gonna catch the under chin, right? So that would be my tip. Also, wear a little bit more makeup than usual. Go ahead, Hilda, what's your tip?
Okay, so I'm getting older, and I didn't realize that I had drooping eyelids until I started doing videos.
You learn something new when you put yourself out there.
Yeah. So what I noticed is that it makes a huge difference to have a lot of natural but dark colored eyeshadow right here. That makes a huge difference if you have drooping eyelids. And the way I learned how to do it,
just above the crease,
where it's drooping, that's where you put the eyeshadow, because what you want, the dark color, because what you want is to make that light color that's sort of hanging down. You want to put some dark color on it, because then it sort of disappears visually. So that's that's one trick I was using, and I actually learned how to do this on Zoom. Because if you go in the mirror and you do your makeup, it's probably not going to be enough for camera. So I just went on Zoom all by myself, and then I did my makeup on video. And that's when I understood how much I needed to add.
Okay, folks. And my suggestion is go to a high-end department store, ask for an appointment. They'll usually expect, if you make an appointment with the lady, that if she's going to actually do your makeup. Most people make an appointment at the makeup counter and have their makeup done because they're going out for an event. But you can make an appointment and just buy some piece of some makeup item at the end. That's usually what they expect, so expect to pay. But they'll do your makeup for free, and then you just ask them. You just say, I have these drooping eyelids. I understand that I can hide them with a darker contour shade. Show me how to do it.
Yeah, great idea.
Well, Hilda, before we go, do you have any closing thoughts on going on camera with confidence in terms of what you wear?
Okay, I would say that go to a closet and try on all kinds of different things. And then you just take selfies and you test what works. And then you're going to be super surprised at what looks good and what doesn't really look that good. And also look at those clothes that you haven't worn in years. Go to the back, and you're probably going to find some gems in there. And I would also invite everyone to dress up a little bit, because maybe you think that wearing your summer dress, it's a bit weird to wear that on a regular day. But when you go on camera, that's the time to really wear those clothes that you never wear, and get some use out of them, and also look absolutely amazing on camera.
Well, Hilda, we just love having you here. And do you have any gifts for our audience?
Okay, I do have a gift, and that is inspired by the Style Baby technique, because the Style Baby technique can be used for so many different things. But I have 10 outfit templates that are super easy to use, because that shows you how to use the Style Baby technique with your regular black clothes that you probably already own, or with your jeans, or to actually take that shift dress idea that looks great on camera, but make it more personal, just like we talked about. You actually need to see that one, Michele, because I think you're going to find some really good inspiration for your own brand style.
Oh my gosh. Hilda, thank you so much for this interview. I learned so much. You had so many ninja techniques. If you enjoyed this video, share it with someone who wants to develop a unique branded look on video. Hit the subscribe button to catch more True You on Camera episodes. And tell us in the comments below, which of Hilde's tips did you use? For example, I made a style baby. I took some ethnic clothes and I
paired it with a very classic tailored American blazer, and voila, I have a style baby. So I would be fascinated to hear what you do and what your on-camera styling tips are. And until we speak again, may you always be the true you on camera.